July 2nd, 2025, Donetsk region, Ukraine. At 10:30 p.m. local time, a Ukrainian Vilkha-M launcher will sit locked and loaded. 4 rockets, each weighing 800 kilograms, with a 170-kilogram warhead, will sit at a Russian ammunition depot near Khartsyzk. Everything will seem routine until their radar operator suddenly picks up the signature of a Russian Vilkha-M, 38 kilometers away. That radar will be able to track artillery launches in 30 seconds flat, giving the crew just 6 minutes before BM-30 Shmerk rockets scream toward their position. Under crushing pressure, they will have to upload GPS coordinates, bypass Russian jamming, and fire before time runs out. If they succeed, these rockets will hit a warehouse and trigger explosions powerful enough to erase thousands of tons of Russian ammo. And the wildest part? This really intense, high-stakes strike will happen faster than it takes you to microwave your leftovers. A warm and heavy evening hangs over Donetsk on the 2nd of July, 2025. In the distance, there is a low hum of artillery, and the faint smell of smoke has lingered over the terrain for weeks. In a camouflaged position, not far from the tree line, a Ukrainian Vilkha-M crew begins their preparations for what should be a routine strike. But as every man there knows, nothing in war is ever routine. The Vilkha-M itself is not an ordinary launcher. It is Ukraine's most advanced rocket artillery system, a heavily modified upgrade of the old Soviet BM-30 Smerch. The massive 8-wheeled transporter holds 12 launch tubes, though tonight only 4 are loaded. Each missile is a beast in its own right, weighing 800 kilograms in total weight. Each missile has a warhead of 170 kilograms, designed to punch through reinforced concrete. With a maximum range of more than 70 kilometers and guidance, the Vilkha-M blends GPS, GLONASS, and inertial navigation systems that can hit a target with astonishing accuracy. But none of those features will matter if the crew cannot survive long enough to fire. 5 minutes before the strike begins, the crew is already busy. The gunner hunches over a hardened military tablet, double-checking the GPS coordinates that will guide the missiles. This is a high-precision game. Every number must be exact to within a few meters. A single error could send a missile into the wrong village. Even worse, it could give away their position without achieving the mission. Meanwhile, the loader inspects the blast doors and the hydraulic systems that feed each missile into firing position. The vehicle weighs over 30 tons, and the automatic loader is capable of preparing a rocket in just 20 seconds. But if it jams under pressure, the entire mission could collapse. 10 minutes later, the radar operator adjusts his passive receivers, searching the dark horizon for enemy signals. He knows the Russians will be watching. Their M1 counter-battery radar can detect outgoing artillery at 23 kilometers and calculate launch positions in less than half a minute. If the Ukrainians fire and stay put, Russian Smerch rockets could rain down on them within 6 minutes. The radar operator's job is not only to check that their path is clear, but to listen for the faint electromagnetic hum that signals the hunters are already awake. 15 minutes later, the driver sits silently at the controls, his engine off, his hands on the wheel. He knows that once the first missile is fired, he will have 90 seconds to move the entire vehicle out of the kill zone. The road ahead is rough and broken, and maneuvering 30 tons of steel across it under fire will be no small task, but every man trusts him to get them out alive. Drones buzz faintly overhead, invisible in the night. Some of the drones are Ukrainian, scouting the route and feeding back live updates. Others may be Russian, circling and listening, waiting for the flare of a rocket launch. Electronic warfare makes things even more intriguing. Russian jammers have been known to disempower GPS signals. That is why the Vilkha-M relies on triple guidance of satellite, Russian GLONASS signals, and inertial navigation built into the missile itself. Even if 1 or 2 are lost, the missile will still know where to go. But switching modes mid-flight can affect accuracy, and tonight, accuracy will be everything. 20 minutes later, silence falls on the crew. Final checks are complete. The gunner confirms that all 4 missiles are loaded with target coordinates. The radar operator watches his scope. The loader closes the blast doors. The driver grips the wheel, his foot hovering near the accelerator. They all know what comes next. At 10:30 local time that evening, the Ukrainian Vilkha-M stands ready. Somewhere across the battlefield, a Russian ammunition depot holds thousands of tons of shells, rockets, and missiles. If the Vilkha-M does its job, that depot will erupt into fire and chaos. But the path there is not simple. Radars, air defenses, jammers, and counter-battery fire all stand ready to kill them. In a few short minutes, the calm of preparation will end. The rockets will roar, the Russians will respond, and the crew will find out whether all their check, all their drills, and all their trust in one another are enough to carry them through the storm. At exactly 10:30 p.m. local time, the silence ends. The Ukrainian Vilkha-M launcher comes alive. 4 missiles are prepared to fire at the Russian ammunition depot near Khartsyzk. The order is given. 1 minute later, the first missile roars into the night sky. Flames burst from the launch tube, lighting up the darkness and shaking the ground beneath the crew. Its bright trail is visible for miles, and Russian radars immediately detect it. The Ukrainians do not wait to watch. Within 30 seconds, the second missile is fired, its thunder echoing across abandoned buildings, shattering the glass of old windows. By now, the Russian Vilkha-M counter-battery radar has locked onto their firing point. Smerch rockets have already been launched, and the Ukrainians know they have less than 6 minutes before the enemy fire rains down. Moments later, the third missile leaves the launcher, its exhaust scorching the earth. The vehicle itself groans under the stress of rapid fire. 30 seconds later, the fourth and final missile screams into the sky. Almost immediately, the first incoming Russian rocket slams into the ground just 500 meters away. The explosion hurls soil into the air as the Ukrainian crew drives off at top speed. They are now a moving target, but their job is complete. 4 Vilkha-M missiles are on their way to the depot. 18 minutes later, at 49 minutes past 10 local time, the first missile slams into the eastern warehouse of the depot. The warhead explodes with a force that tears through the building, instantly killing at least 30 Russian soldiers working inside. The blast ignites pallets stacked with 152mm shells. Within seconds, the entire warehouse erupts. Shells flying in all directions, secondary explosions rocking the ground. 30 seconds later, the second missile strikes the northern warehouse. This section stores BM-21 Grad rockets, each packed with propellant. The impact sets off a chain reaction, blowing the 15-ton roof completely off. Dozens of Russian personnel stationed nearby are caught in the fireball. Some die instantly, others suffer severe burns. Emergency crews rush forward, only to be driven back by further blasts. At 50 minutes past 10 local time, the third missile detonates in the western warehouse, where Russia keeps submunition-loaded rockets. The explosion is even more catastrophic. Anti-personnel mines packed inside their casings ignite, creating a storm of fragments that cut down more than 20 guards stationed around the perimeter. The entire building collapses in flames, spraying burning debris across the compound. 1 minute later, at 10:51 p.m. local time, the fourth missile tears into the southern end of the depot, where Russia had hidden several S-300 surface-to-air missiles. The detonation shakes the ground like an earthquake. Each missile's fuel and warhead explodes in succession, sending shockwaves that break windows 3 kilometers away in Khartsyzk city center. More than 50 soldiers and technicians in that section are killed, some of them on the spot, others buried under the rubble. By 55 minutes past 10 local time, underground storage bunkers are also burning. The fire touches off hidden stacks of Smerch rockets. The chain reaction creates a crater 40 meters wide, launching a mushroom cloud into the night sky. Entire neighborhoods witness the explosion, with flames leaping hundreds of meters high. The death toll among Russian forces in and around the depot rises above 150, while dozens more are injured. Russia responds quickly. Anti-aircraft batteries fire desperately into the sky, but by the time they react, all 4 missiles have already struck. Counter-battery fire continues to pound the Ukrainian launch area, but the Vilkha-M crew is long gone, racing down dirt tracks in their heavy vehicle. Russian propaganda channels claim minimal damage, but the truth spreads rapidly. The depot is destroyed, thousands of tons of ammunition gone in under 20 minutes. By 11 minutes past 11 p.m. local time, the depot no longer exists. 4 warehouses have collapsed. Secondary blasts continue to ripple across the site, and Russia's frontline supply chain is crippled. Artillery units dependent on those shells are forced to ration fire. Morale among Russian troops dips sharply as news of the disaster spreads through the ranks. For Ukraine, this strike stands out as a solid victory. In just 4 precise launches, they wipe out stockpiles that Russia has been building for weeks, causing significant losses while keeping their own crews completely safe. The Vilkha-M proves once again that it is more than just a tool of destruction. It is also a psychological weapon, shaking Russian confidence and reminding them that even the most protected depots can be hit. After this attack, rumor has it Russian soldiers may now be guarding their stockpiles by standing really far away.